Hi, good morning. It's DK here. I'm really excited about the workshop this week. And there's a couple of things I wanted to ask you to do, actually maybe about 3, that I wanted to ask you to do in preparation. This will help us kind of give us a little bit of a jump start. So I am sending you via email this image. It's the black and white with the grid on it. I'm going to ask you to take it and have it printed out at the print shop. It can be done on 11 by 17 paper. It'll cost you less than $1. And then I'm going to ask you to trim it. And what we're after is to trim as if the grid piece, is our template. So you want to be very careful. We're going to use this to do a tracing. It's going to speed us up a little bit. And so I'm using a pair of sewing scissors. I'd forgotten how easy these are to maneuver. In the past, I've just used this type of scissor, or any kind of scissors that are really good and sharp will be just fine. So I started out here. I wanted to retain this part of the grid so I can use that as a guide. And then I'm carefully cutting around the edge. Now this edge is very fuzzy, and I did that on purpose. So just take your time. This is very important for this to be accurate. So just take your time to make these cuts. Go ahead and cut this all the way here, and on this edge you'll just stop. This comes straight across. That's perfectly fine. When we get done, what we're actually going to do is use this for our tracing. And the reason we're doing that is because as you go around with your pencil, your wax pencil, color pencil, I'll get it straight here in a minute. We're going to use this edge to trace so that it doesn't grow our image. If we trace around this part, that means it's going to be just a little bit larger than what it would be if we're using the negative part of it. So just remember, this is what you're saving. You're going to save this too, but this is the important thing, is the cutout. If you have not had time to cut your strips, don't, because I was able to have these done at the copy place. But if you would go ahead and have your tape rolled and be ready with it, you do need a semi-airtight container, and the reason is because your tape can dry out. And so if you would just come with your container already, tape's already rolled and in the container. I'm also including an instruction sheet that tells you the process, step by step. I am going to ask you not to go ahead of me any more than this. Please don't get too locked into this. Sometimes I change things a little bit. I think I revamped this maybe a couple of years ago, and sometimes I change how I'm doing things when I'm actually painting. And so don't get real locked into it, but it will make you familiar with the process. I'm also sending a couple of links of videos. So I would appreciate if you'd watch those. One you may have already seen in the advertising. It's on oil. The other one is on pastel. And even though we're not working pastel medium, my process is always the same, no matter what. Even in my Verdaccio workshop, this is basically the process, other than we don't cut and outline. I have you actually learn more about contour drawing. It's a 5-day workshop, actually 6-day workshop. It's longer. We have more time. So some of the things I'm teaching are ways to do it really fast. This is really designed as a sketch for my students who are wanting to have a less expensive price point in their work. And so we want to work it much faster than we would if we were doing Verdaccio, which is a much more complicated technique. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. If you have any questions, shoot me an email or a text. I may not be real fast responding. I'm traveling tomorrow to Breckenridge for a photo shoot for a client. I'll be in the area. Wednesday we're setting up for the workshop, and of course Thursday we're going to be ready to roll. And I did want to apologize for being so slow the last couple of weeks. We've been in the throes at church of Vacation Bible School. It was very successful, but we all were running 90 to nothing and a little tired. So I'm about rested up and ready to roll. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Thanks. Bye.